How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be checking out another video by the channel It's Sky. This one is things the Dutch and the world find weird about Americans. I'm an American, so I'm going to find out. Am I doing these weird things, guys? Hit like on the original video. Link is in the description section for that, as always. So you can go over there and check it out. We're going to watch it.
So after living in the Netherlands for a few years now, as an American, you start to realize that we Americans do some things that the rest of the world might find a bit weird. Look, I ain't even talking about filling our drinks full of ice like that. That's a little one.
It's a little one, he says.
And now look, if there's anything on the list that I'm wrong about or forgot, make sure you comment it down below, because look, I could be wrong. So comment it down below right after you like and hit that subscribe button. Man, tell me that ain't gangster. Come on, look at him. Chill it over there. Look at him. Come on. Man. Look, right when I moved here, I still remember came to this park. Me and my son came to this park and we met a lady, and she's super nice. We're actually still friends today. But we met her and her son and my son. They still play every now and then. But we were at this park, and I remember one of the conversations that she brought up was how strange schools are in America. Now, I did not really think about this, but she's definitely right, because the schools here.
Is it because of the whole pledge allegiance thing to the flag, and which is weird? I understand this now. Of course, growing up with it, that's all you know. It's not until you start looking at the rest of the world when you notice, right?
Here, compared to the ones in the state, I'm not gonna lie, the schools in the states look like prisons. I'm just, hey. And yeah, this was almost 4 years ago. As a matter of fact, she was one of the first Dutch friends I had. And we just got settled into living here. And I still remember her saying that she asked me, do schools really do have like metal detectors in them?
Oh yeah, they do.
This is actually true. A lot of schools in the States have metal detectors. Matter of fact, I still remember the first school that I went to with a metal detector in it was in Chicago. My uncle, I remember me and my sister went to school. I think me and my sister went to school with my uncle one day or something, for something. And you gotta go through metal detectors just to go to school. I also remember back when I was in high school in Atlanta, the school that I was in had security, well, not security guard, but they actually had police at the school. And I'm not gonna lie, it just makes it feel a bit weird. Like, there's actually kids that's gotten arrested while they were at school. At first, I did not see anything wrong with it because I was actually in it. But then, when I started traveling, it did make me feel some type of way. I'm not gonna lie, it did make me see that this is not a normal thing to do. Matter of fact, I can understand why the Dutch think it's extremely weird. And now look, if I'm being real,
Yeah, and that's how it was. I didn't experience it until high school. So what year was that? Maybe 2000 or so, 2001, give or take. And sorry, my phone was going off. So yeah, when I got to high school, that's when they had metal detectors and security, the doors and all that kind of stuff. They didn't have that when I was in middle school, but the middle school that I went to, shortly after, within the next couple years, they did install them there. But yeah, didn't think anything was weird about it. We would have a cop patrol the school, and his name was Officer Morales. He was a cool guy. Didn't think it was weird, though. Now I do. Now I get it. I'm an adult now. I see what the rest of the world's like, and yeah, just like him, like, you didn't notice because you're part of it. You're in it. You're a kid,
not all schools look like jails, but at the same time though, a lot of schools look like jails. Like, I'm just super.
And funny that you said about the jail thing. Literally, the high school I went to was designed and built by an architect that got famous and made his career by designing prisons. Legitimately, that was the first building that he designed that was not a prison, and it actually kind of has that look to it on the outside, reminiscent of one. So people do joke about it in the area that I'm at. Look up Warsaw, Indiana High School. It was designed by a prison. Or a person that designed prisons, if that makes sense, yeah.
Saying. Here, as well as a lot of places I've traveled to,
saying.
the schools look different. They do not look like jails. I mean, that's the thing. These schools do not look like jails. They look more like, they look cozy and like welcoming. They look like a place where you could almost live in. And look, I'm not even joking.
What?
A lot of these schools legit look like luxury colleges or historic colleges in the States. That's what a lot.
Wow, that is not how it is here. Because you go, like you said, it's like a facility. You go in there and it's just so structured, so like it feels like you're in a jail or a hospital or something with that kind of structure to it. That's crazy that over there it's like almost like a house.
A lot of just regular schools here look like. Quick side note, this right here, see this? This is a school. Tell me you would not send your kid over there. Come on. And now another one that's been brought up in a few conversations that is kind of weird when I think about it is at-will contracts. And now look, if you don't know what an at-will contract is, an at-will contract is basically something that I will say 90% of Americans have when they go to work. I had one when I was starting my career in LA. Even though I was full-time, I was receiving benefits, an at-will contract is basically saying that they could fire you at any moment. And I am being dead serious. It don't matter what you're doing, it don't matter how long you've been with the company. If you are an at-will employee, you can get fired anytime. Now, some places...
Yeah, they can fire you for anything, for any reason. They don't even have to have a reason. They just don't like the look of your face that day. And they just, and some bosses, some people take that power to their head. And I keep looking over there because the dog is running all over my bed. I don't know what he's trying to do. Distracting me over here. Trying to get into stuff. Tesla, hey, get down. Get down. Keep trying to get these toys that are up there on the nightstand.
Places do prevent that by unionizing, so some spaces do have unions. But for the most part, I believe it has to be at least 90% of Americans have these at-will contracts. Oh, train shot. Oh, I missed that shot. Dang. This is not only something that people have talked to me about in person, but also online. A lot of people online have mentioned this and how crazy having something like this in place is.
Stressful.
So I kind of want to know what the standards are here, because I'm gonna be real, I don't know the standards. All I know is what I got.
Right.
And remember, I did not move here with a job. I got my job after I moved here. I would say, I think I got my job maybe 2 months after moving here. But yeah, so I don't look. I'm just super saying I don't know the standard. Let me know in the comments down below. But I can comment on the American side, and I can tell you, I've had a lot of full-time jobs, and I'm gonna be real, especially even when in my career in LA, I've had a couple of full-time jobs, and they could fire me anytime. Like I'm just keeping it real. So
yeah,
it's true.
And it's
quick
stressful.
Side note, man, it turned out to be nice today. It was so dark this morning. Jeez, it was dark.
And it's like, and they're so strict, so strict. They don't care about family stuff. They don't care about anything. It's a point system kind of thing a lot of times, and it's like you could. And there's times that I have lost my job, and it's like it's hard to find a job at certain times. You got all these bills. What are you gonna do? Verge of losing your house. It becomes a whole thing. It's stressful, very stressful thing.
Dark, and now it's all sunny. And now something else that was pointed out to me that's a bit weird by someone who's Dutch, who has gone and traveled back and forth between the Netherlands and the States, is that cashiers back in the States are not allowed to sit down. She actually came up to me. I never thought about this, but I mean, this is true, but I never thought about it. It's weird. But she said, hey, I went to the States and I noticed the cashiers never sit down. Why aren't cashiers allowed to sit down? If you go to a bunch of grocery stores here, you will notice that some people do.
Aldi's, the only one, but guess what? It's a German store. It's a German company.
Sit down. This is actually true. A lot of cashiers are allowed to sit down here. In the States, you are not allowed to sit down. It's seen as you being lazy or you're not doing your job. But here, completely different. I never even realized it until this person had pointed out to me. Man, them kids are going fast. Jeez, need to give me one of those bikes. And now look, this next one is a big one because, man, both people in real life and on the internet, like and in the comments, pulled up about this. And that is the lack of vacation days as well as maternity leave.
Yeah.
And now look, I don't even know where to begin with this one. This one is a bit crazy.
I'm glad he's doing these kind of videos now. I know he used to do like a lot of videos about camera stuff and this and that, but like I watch these kind of videos that he does. These are great. I love these videos. His viewpoint as an American in the Netherlands, what the differences are, what he's encountered. Fantastic. Definitely go check it out. It's Sky is the name.
And what's funny is I didn't think it was weird or strange until I actually moved. I mean, well, until I actually started traveling and I heard about how other countries do it. And this is, I'll be honest, this is not only something that the Dutch find weird, but this is something that a lot of people around the world find weird about Americans. The lack of vacation and maternity leave. Like, this is actually even a bit weird to me because you see, it's not a requirement from your job to give you vacation or maternity or paternity leave. It's more of a soft suggestion. And a perfect example of this is when I was working in LA, when both me and my wife were working in LA, my job did give me vacation days, but they don't now. They do not offer any maternity leave or anything like that, but they did offer vacation days, which you had to build up. My wife's job, though, even though she worked full-time, she did not have that benefit. She did not have vacation days, and she did not have no kind of maternity leave, like nothing. So even though she worked full-time, every time she took off, it was not paid. When we had our first son, it was not paid.
Right.
Because it's not a requirement. This is something that your job chooses.
You don't get paid maternity leave here at all. You might get your 6 weeks. They might give you 6 weeks time off. No money paid, nothing at all, nothing. Out of pocket. It's crazy. Very crazy.
Chooses. They can choose to give you something to pay or they can choose to give you nothing. And remember that whole at-will employment contract that we talked about earlier? Well, I have even heard that some people who take off to have kids get laid off and they're already not getting paid. Like, for real, I've heard of this before.
Yeah, and they make up excuses. Like, as soon as you come back, I've heard of it a lot of times. 6 weeks maternity leave, you're not getting paid. You come back to work and then they look for the stupidest excuse and then fire you, and then you're just stuck. And it's like it's not right.
Or like, yeah, I think it's kind of common in the States. And now it usually does result in some kind of lawsuit or something like that. But for a lot of people who got that kind of time or got that money, yeah, they just deal with it. But look, I am Team World.
Maybe out in LA, they sue a lot more people out in LA. They're more sue happy in that part of the country than, I mean, across the nation, everybody's trying to sue each other, it seems. But more so in California, where he's referencing from.
On this one, because it is super weird. Like, I'm not even joking, especially considering I had a coworker who got pregnant and she was about to have the baby. She took off like 9 or 10 months, something crazy, like 9 or 10 months paid. Meanwhile, in the States, they could just fire you. Like, that's so crazy.
And they do.
Yeah, when I had my son in the States, I had to use personal days, vacation days, and luckily I had them saved up because it took a while, like, for me to save them up, which is something I also have to bring up because a lot of people think that Americans just love working and they just work. That's all they know is work.
Some do, but
I don't even think it's like that. Now, I do love working, but at the same time, though, I do like getting some time off. A lot of people just don't have that opportunity. Like, I was lucky enough to have that opportunity while my wife was not. I mean, plain and simple.
And I am lucky enough to have that opportunity as well, thanks to you guys, the amazing viewers. If you could just take a moment, please scroll down and hit like. Subscribe if you haven't. It really does help the channel grow, helps more people see the content, and it just makes it where I can continue to do this. You like watching it, I like making it. We help each other out, right? Thank you. For real, though. I mean, for real.
not a lot of people could afford to take off for like 8 or 9 months. I mean, yeah, not a lot of people could afford that.
No, and it
Quick side note,
sucks.
y'all see these houses, man? Man, whoa, that's the dream right there. Wait, just watch. I'm gonna end up in one
So
of those.
nice.
Look, I ain't moving nowhere. I'm gonna be in the Netherlands forever. Might as well get my dream house right over there where I can just turn and look outside and be right near the park and the water. Come on, what? What that doggy doing? Okay, now another quick side note. Y'all see how the water wraps around the park? Well, when I first moved here, I would say a month after we moved, there was a huge snowstorm here, like a huge storm. And the canals froze over. All the water right here froze. And
Oh, so-
I am not even gonna, look, I'm not joking. I even posted about this on Instagram when it was happening. But people were turned up on this water. Like, man, there were parties, DJs, people just pulling up Glühwein, all on the ice, because it was all frozen over. So people were ice skating, partying,
Glühwein.
like it was.
That's a German spiced, warm spiced wine, and I'm gonna be able to try it soon because I'm going to the Carmel, Indiana Christmas market, which is one of the best Christmas markets in the United States, and it's supposed to be an authentic German themed Christmas market, and they got Glühwein, and I'll be there in a couple weeks, and I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
It was legit, middle of the day, and people be partying.
What do they do with all their boats when it freezes, though? You gotta pull it all out, right? Because it would mess it up, you would think.
And another good one that a lot of Dutch people find strange about Americans that, no joke, y'all pulled up in the comments about, maybe because probably because I asked. But anyway, it would have to be how there's just so many American flags everywhere.
Yeah.
And again, I have not heard of this in person. No one is in person ever mentioned this to me, but a lot of people in the comments have mentioned it when I asked why you don't see a lot of Dutch flags everywhere. And the biggest response was people being weirded out that there are so many like American flags everywhere in the States. And I'll be honest too, this was something I thought was weird when I was living in the States. Like growing up, it was also weird because I don't know if y'all know this, but if you live in the States and you grow up and you go into school, right? You have to pledge allegiance to the flag, and you do this and you do it like daily. So yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, I always thought it was weird only because I had a lot of international friends, like a lot of Asian friends, especially growing up. I noticed that people would sit out of saying the pledge allegiance to the flag, and it was because their religion or their ethnicity, something. It was always something. And it made me think, like, why are we doing this? Like, this is extremely weird. And it's funny because I don't mind it too much during, like, special events and things like that, but I am not even joking. You did it every day during school. And then when it comes to the flag thing, you see flags, like,
all over.
What is that bird doing? But yeah,
all
there
over.
are just...
There's a flag across the street at my neighbor's house. There's one 2 doors down at the business, at this restaurant thing that is owned by the same guy. There's flags on every other house up the street. I don't have one. There's too many flags. There's too many.
So many flags.
So many.
Everywhere. The other country that did this was basically like, let's just say they weren't nice people. So wait, hold on. I got you. Because I know what y'all gonna say. A lot of people pulled up on me for forgetting last time. So look.
What is that?
Y'all want to get down on this? Go ahead.
What is that?
Go ahead. I'll let y'all get that. Go ahead.
What is it? I'll be having authentic German snacks and treats too at the Christmas market. I can't wait. I'm going to be doing some videos where I try some different German treats, maybe some Dutch stuff if they have it there. I think it's mostly German. And some taste testing videos possibly, like first time trying Glühwein kind of thing. So if you want to check that out, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on it. It'll be here in just a couple weeks. And I'm super excited.
Man, look at this. Man, Pluck and Bloom is boss. Look at all that Christmas stuff, man. They have the best stuff. Look at that tree in there. I need that right there.
That's kind of cool.
Man. Oh, and then that one over there. Look at that one. If you haven't come to Pluck and Bloom in Harlem, y'all need to go to Pluck and Bloom. They are boss. Tell them Sky Money sent you. They won't give you nothing. I don't think I've ever gotten a receipt from them.
There you go, guys.
So you won't get nothing, but just tell them Sky Money sent you. No, but seriously though, Pluck and Bloom is where I usually go to get flowers for my wife. And yeah, they're really nice up in there. So for real, like, go check them out. # not sponsored. Not sponsored. Man, that dude was killing it on that scooter. I need one of them.
Going
They got a
pretty quick.
seat and everything. When did that happen? Oh man, I had to step in for a quick meeting and it got dark. Dang. It was literally just in our meeting, back out, and look how dark it is. And I will say one of the last things that people have brought to my attention, both in real life and in comments, that's kind of weird when it comes to Americans, is the large portions of food. And
I love it.
yeah, this is another one I didn't really realize until I moved. Wow, when I go back to the States,
I like
you
it,
see
though.
it like right away. Our food portions, it's a lot. Like, I'm not even joking. It's a lot for real. Because like legit, these food portions are ridiculous. No joke. When I go back now, ever since I moved here, I can't finish this food. Like, I could barely finish almost half of it. Like, it's usually almost half. And I'll have to end up leaving the other half, and I'll save it for like later or another day. Also, what also ends up happening is my wife and I will actually share one dish because, again, this food portion, it's just so much. And a lot of it's kind of heavy too as well. You know, one day I gotta go in this
I'm a big boy, though. I can eat it.
cheese place right here. Look at this cheese place. Man, this cheese looks so good. One day, I'm going in there. One day. Putting it on the list. But yeah, this is understandable that someone brought this up, and it was mentioned in a couple of comments that, yeah, I totally get it. I remember the person who brought it up was literally just asking me like, why do they bring you so much food in restaurants? Like, man, this dude was telling me how he bought some food, like just like a full dish, right? And it took him 2 days to finish it. 2 days.
Dang.
And man, I completely understand this because it actually makes sense why you don't do to go a lot here in Europe, because the food portions aren't that big. But in the States, man, they got you all set. They got the boxes, they got everything you need to take your stuff to go. Now look, I'm not gonna lie, it is so nice at night.
That's true. People that can't eat it all, they get the box to like take the rest of their food home to eat later. Yeah. Can I get the box and the check, please?
Let me try to see if I can cross real quick. I don't want to get hit. But look how...
Again, not me, though. I usually always finish it. Unless I go to, there's this Mexican place called El Ario's, and they have amazing steak fajitas. Amazing. But they do give you so much. I literally have to only eat half of it, and then I do get a box there. Anywhere else, though, I handle that food like a champ. I like that cathedral. That's pretty cool.
How nice this is, man. Look how freaking nice that is. Whoa,
It's cool.
Look at that view. Whoa. Okay, now look. If you look right there, that little dot right there.
Where's the dot?
That is the moon. Like, tell me that's
Nice.
not. Man, come on. Look, now if nothing, I live in the best place. Oh, man. But yeah, let me know what I missed, because I know I missed a lot of them. Also, let me know if there's something weird about where you live or where you're from. I would love to know, for real, because everybody got something. Quick side note, look how freaking nice that is. So it's all pink
got
down
some
there.
scenery,
Look. You see the light from the sun going down, and it's pink. Oh, and also if you turn this way, you can see the moon right there. They were looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, maybe. Everybody's a little crazy, though, aren't they? I know I am. I know you guys probably are. You're watching my videos. That's crazy enough, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. Go check out his videos. He's got a ton of good stuff. And have a super fun, awesome day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.